What's up? What's
Hey,
up?
hey, everybody! Hey,
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey,
everybody!
we gotta say a big happy birthday to our publisher, Vicky Peplow. Happy birthday, Vicky!
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Vicky! Thank you for all you do for us.
Yes,
We love you.
Our book's out. We just can't thank you enough for that. But go ahead, Lee.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart, and ta-da! Happy birthday, Vicky! Woohoo!
She'll like that. Yeah.
So everybody, thank you so much for watching us, and those of you that are catching us, and we are not live, thank you for watching. If you are watching on social media, please run over to YouTube and subscribe. All Access
Like and
Television.
subscribe.
And share. Share.
And share.
Jesus
Share,
said to
share.
share. Jesus
Yes.
said to share. So we're going to share. All right. So we have some really crazy stories coming tonight by a very dear friend.
Yeah.
Not only is he a dear friend, love him to pieces, love his wife to pieces. That woman is amazing. But he's also one of our podcasters. He's one of our network family members.
Yes.
Tonight we've got Reverend Shane McLean. There
Hey
he
guys, hey. Happy birthday, Vicky. Happy birthday.
is.
Hey, buddy, we're just letting you know, man. Ever since your little health issues, man, we've been seeing you healing. I got healing going to you, prayer circles going to you. You and Gwen both, because we got to get you
Yes.
two healthy again.
Yep.
We do.
Yep.
I'm trying.
I definitely appreciate it, guys. It's been a roller coaster, but I can tell you what, I'm really honestly I'm too blessed to be stressed.
Hey, brother, I was that. Hey, when I had my cancer, if it wasn't for everybody on the network sending me healing and prayers, I would have never got through this on my own.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I thank you guys for that. Look, I got my voice back. I've lost 64 pounds. I have no butt no more.
He lost his baseball player butt.
lost my
That's what he's
ghetto booty.
saying.
So I was laughing at Gwen earlier talking about my butt hurts sitting down. It's like, lose 64 pounds in your butt and try to sit. Your butt hurts all the time.
I don't have an excuse. I always never had one. I look like a frog stood up, put on pants. But that's all right. It's the way I'm made.
My wife Jenny now says, I got a bigger booty than you do now. I'm like, yeah, you do.
Oh, she's a
And that
doll.
poor woman has no acetol.
So I'm assuming you had a bigger booty than your wife?
Oh, dude, I had a ghetto booty. I had a
Oh,
baseball
man.
booty.
Watch
out.
Watch out. Blaine's coming around the corner. You might need some blinkers on them things, man.
Not no more. One for Shane.
I had to go buy all new clothes, dude, because none of my clothes fit me no more. All my stuff was falling off.
His wife took him to the store and made him. She was Barbie and he was Ken, and they went shopping. It was great.
Yep.
I love Jennifer.
Oh yeah. I got
So
a good
tonight, it's a good thing we're talking about fun stuff, because what we're going to talk about tonight is not something. I mean, people can talk about it, but they don't really get it. And Shane's had this experience, and he's got another experience, this topic, but different experience he's going to tell us about tonight. So I just want to say thank you, Shane, for discussing your black-eyed children stories.
Yes.
This
Absolutely.
is a big thing. And also, for those of you that are listening on Spotify, on Apple, on Roku and Fire Stick, we're coming. This won't be a live show. It would be a replay. But yes, this is real. Viewer discretion. Hey Jeff, viewer and listener discretion is advised, because this is some scary stuff.
Jeff Kaler is one of our priests in our order.
Right on,
Oh,
man.
I thought I recognized that name. I've been tracking you guys.
So if y'all get queasy real simple, get scared real simple, you might want to turn away, because this is
Yeah. Yep.
All right,
I
so
hope you stick around though,
I've even got the disclosure running. All right, so
which I hate, but
I know you hate it, but we're going to put it up there just in case. All right. It runs 3 times, and then I turn it off usually. All right, so talk to us, Shane. How did this come about This happened directly to you and your family, correct?
Yes. I was moving in with my sister out in the country, and we found this really secluded area because we didn't want to, like, she's got a bad thing about being too close to people. So we were just like, and we turned down this road. The guy told us where it was, and it was 3 miles. This road is 3 miles down, and it actually leads right to a dead end with property right there. And there was one double wide mobile home on that property.
That sounds like a dream.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And all jokes aside, like, if this would have never happened, like, she probably still would have been there. But but this is the thing. We looked inside of it. We're like, man, this is perfect. Out here in the middle of, nowhere, you can just hear anything. There's no traffic out here. Nothing. So, I mean, if somebody came back there, like, they were definitely lost coming back there.
Right.
So we got the U-Haul truck, and with all the furniture, we were moving in, did everything. And we were like, man, this is gonna be a great start. This is gonna be a great new beginning.
Yeah.
And
I would love it.
oh yeah,
Sticks,
it was so
just my
fantastic.
family. I'd have a garden. I'd have chickens and stuff. Man,
Surrounded by woods, and things that I mean, it was just,
it would have been beautiful. Oh,
yeah,
what a
it's
disappointment.
awesome. It was, but it was like 2:45 in the morning, and both of us are tired. Been moving furniture, putting stuff in rooms, stuff like that. I mean, it just, and then all of a sudden, knock came to the back door at 2:45 in the morning, and
That's
I'm looking,
not right.
I'm looking at my sister. I'm like, seriously? Like, is it like the owner of this property or whatever? So, I walked into the kitchen, and right by the sink, there's a window. There's always a window right there. And I looked out, and there was this little girl just standing there with her head down, and all you see was hair. Now, let me explain this too. It was raining, thunderstorms, everything out here. So when we looked out, this girl had no shoes on. She was wearing cutoff shorts. She was wearing a white t-shirt. And all of a sudden, she knocks again. And I'm like, gee, should I, because I didn't know anything about all this, guys. And I was like, should I open and see if this little girl's okay? Kind of see if she's all right.
See, that's the first thing I would do.
Right,
I would
right.
be bringing that child in, and
That's what I mean.
Daddy?
I mean, and it was a little child too, and she had no shoes on. And I'm thinking, like, we live 3 miles down a dirt road, surrounded by woods, and if you go out the back door, literally 15 feet away is a very thick southern wooded area. So it's not like she could just come from somewhere, like, so,
She had been dropped off, right?
No. There was nobody dropped her. Nobody.
Oh,
Like I said, everything was quiet. Everything was, the only noise that was made was her knocking at the door. And
Woo.
we couldn't figure it out. So I went to the back door, and it had the blinds, and I opened the blinds, and as soon as I opened the blinds, the girl took and she looked up at me, and I have never seen blacker eyes in my entire life.
Oh,
And
God.
she had no facial expressions, no nothing. and she was standing there, and you could look at her, and her hands were down by her sides, and they were just shaking like this. They were just shaking, and it was like, you just get that really uneasy feeling. And my sister was like, what, do you want me to go out there and fight her? And I'm, oh, what you gonna do? Fight this little girl? And yeah. And I'm like, just stand back. I'm not opening this door. So, I shut the blinds. I was talking to my sister, and I was like, what are we supposed to do? Are we going to call the cops? We're going to call, somebody. This is going to be kind of hard to explain to somebody.
Yeah.
And we went back, and I opened the blinds again to the door. Gone.
Oh yeah.
Nowhere. Now, remember I told you this girl's barefoot. She's barefooted. She's wearing cutoff, and it was thunderstorming, pouring down rain. So if anything, there should have been little footprints, where she was walking. I walked out, looked down in the yard. There was no footprints, no in the dirt, nothing. There were no footprints. I was looking, walked towards the woods to see, took a light, shined it back there. There was nothing back there. Walked all the way around the house, and nothing was there. Next day, the owner comes, and it's at the end of the 3 Mile road. And I walked up to him, and I said, is there a little girl missing from here? Because I really didn't know like the stories or myths or anything about black-eyed children yet. And he looked right at me, stone cold face, and says, "You saw her too."
Oh my God.
And I was like, saw her too. So you're familiar with this. And he said, back in
For the heads
the
up,
late,
yo.
he said back in the 60s, in the late 60s, he said there was a girl that was kidnapped. And she was kidnapped, and she was brought down to the end of that road. And she was raped. She was killed. And she has never left that area, and she affects families. And from what the guy had said, that we were the fourth family that had come in, and all three that were there before us didn't last 30 days. So
Do you feel like it was the child that was, or do you think something had animated her? Is it a real body, or do you think it was projecting? Is it flesh and blood? Is it not?
No. It's
I don't even know what
it's
to say.
definitely not black. It's definitely not flesh and blood, because like the way that this girl's skin looked was almost grayish.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was almost grayish, had no colors to the lips, no nothing like that. And like I said, the eyes were the blackest I've ever seen, where you see white and like I've got blue eyes, and you see blue eyes, like all that, every
thing's
single
black.
bit
Yeah.
was black. And we didn't open the door, so we were actually able to talk to the owner about it. And I started thinking, and I'm wondering if he came back there to see if we were still there. Like he knew, because he had no problems. Oh, you saw her too. And then started telling me about what had happened back in the 60s. So
Do you feel like maybe he had something to do with it? Like maybe he was part of some reason why
he said he didn't. He said the guy committed he said that the guy that kidnapped that girl committed suicide too. So You know, you got the suicide from an aggressor,
Yeah.
and then you got the murder from
Of a child.
a child, and
Hmm.
now you have revenge. So every time somebody moves into the house, all three of the people that were there, they opened the door to that child and
Do
caused
you know
them.
what happened to? Yeah, what happened to them?
I don't I didn't ask. I didn't ask what happened. Now this next story that I'm going to tell you guys, this next story, it's worse than mine.
Oh my God.
It's worse than mine. This lady is from Appalachia,
Oh boy.
and her grandparents lived there, and her grandmother had passed away, and it was real early in the morning, real early. Because you got those older people. Some of them get up at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Because they go to bed at like 7, 8 o'clock or whatever. So I think that was the case with this person, and just so happened to be up at like 3 in the morning, and a knock came to the door, and he gets up out of the chair and he goes to the front door, and he sees two children, one real small child, and the one that was a little bit bigger. Well, they were soaking wet, just like the same thing I was. So he opened the door and offered them towels,
Oh,
and he offered them towels, offered them jackets, like that. Just like how a gentleman would do, like you're helping children out. But I don't think he took into account that it was 3 o'clock in the morning. What are these children doing out at your front door?
Yeah.
That's the first thing I would think. But I don't think he was looking at that level. So he said, I'll be right back. He said, I'm going to get, you towels and, a cover or a jacket or something like that. So he walks back in the back of the house. The kids are inside his house now.
Oh, hell
Nope.
no.
They were inside his front door because he opened the door completely. He came back out, and there were no children. He walked outside, took his flashlight, looked around. He looked at everything, and then he started having bad paralysis. And he would have dreams of those children being something that was beyond earthly. And it was affecting him in his dream. Like in his dreams, like it was cutting him. These kids were cutting him. And he said that they were just laughing at him, over and over. He couldn't get away from these dreams. This girl that I spoke with, she went to go check because she had called to go check on her grandfather or whatever. Nobody had heard a thing from him. In Appalachia out there, you can have a house out there and, not have anybody around for miles and miles and miles,
Exactly.
to go. And so she decided to get in her car and go up. And she went out there. She checked the whole house. The door was open. But in this one, you can actually see the muddy footprints from where those two children were standing. So she knew there was a child there.
Yeah.
She knew, but her grandfather wasn't around.
dang.
Check the whole house. There was a road on the other side, and there was a trail that went back. And he used to take walks and stuff like that to go back. and she decided to go and check. She was calling his name over and over, and she got about halfway down that trail, and her grandfather was hanging him on a tree.
Oh,
Oh my
shoot.
God.
He was hanging by a tree, and like there wasn't anybody around that could have done it because he was high up there. It looked like that rope or whatever was like strung up, and then he was pulled up or whatever and pulled like way up into the tree. Like there's no way he could have done this himself.
No.
There's no way he could have done this himself. But he was better than anything, right there. And
Yeah.
and
Got him.
but what had happened, and what the reason why we know is because he was writing in a journal about everything that he was experiencing between the date, the time that those kids came. Like he said that the paralysis dreams started happening immediately. It wasn't like it waited like 2 or 3 days. Like as soon as he didn't see the children anymore, he went through that day, and then when he went to bed that night, that's when they started. And that's all he experienced in these paralysis dreams. In these dreams that he was having was they were cutting him, and he couldn't die. He couldn't die. These kids were going around him and scratching him and cutting him deeply, like on his arms and chest and things like that. And he was waking up. And when he finally came to, he could finally move, from a paralysis state. And he had cut marks like on his chest, arms, stuff like that. And, he was wondering, he goes, am I doing this to myself? I mean, the guy had nails and stuff like that, but as deep as these cuts were and stuff like that, I don't think that you could just do that. But yeah, those are my two stories on black-eyed children. I think
Let me just pop something up here real quick.
yeah.
Okay. Terrifying encounters with black-eyed children. I guess you guys can see the cornfield there. I mean, this whole legend of the black-eyed children, I think it's not a legend. I've been studying this for years, never had the experience, praise God. But I really feel that this is true. I really do. It drove one man that I interviewed years ago.
Crazy.
It drove him nuts. It drove him nuts because there were two children, like these two right here.
Okay. Yeah. See,
Okay.
that's exactly what that would have looked like to that old man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And see, that's a tactic that in war, our adversaries have used, having children as bait. And when we go, babies crying and things like that, and when we go to see I say I'm not a soldier, so when they go to see what's going on with this kid, they get shot. So
Yep.
this is a tactic that's used in war, and I can see these two children at my door. I don't care, day, night, snowing, raining. I might have, two grits to my name, two little pieces of grits to my name, but I'm gonna find something to feed those children. That's just the way we are.
I'm wondering though that the black-eyed children only seem to show up in rural or country areas.
Yes,
Do you
they
hear
do.
about them in like metropolis cities, like Chicago and New York coming
Yeah.
up?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
I've
have.
never
Oh, yeah.
heard. All I've heard
Oh,
was
yeah.
Really?
the
I've
little
never heard a
podcast
story about
there.
it in the city.
I've always
Yeah.
just heard about them going out in rural areas. So
Yeah. If they're murdered there, a lot of times, like the spirit of that, is bringing that
It's not
emotion of
baby.
anger, revenge, stuff like that. So it can be there. Like it's very rare that you'll see in the cities because of like the closeness of a bunch of people, but it likes to catch people like I said, in the country settings, and That's mainly where I've heard. I mean, Appalachia, we were out in the country 3 miles
too.
out. So, I mean, it's something else.
Okay. So here's the story, Blaine, that I just looked it up, okay? And his name is Brian Bethel, and it's in Abilene, wherever that is, in 1996. And here's the
Abilene's in
story.
Texas.
Oh, yeah, it says there, Texas. Thank you. Abilene, Texas encounter. So Brian Bethel reported he was sitting in his car outside a movie theater while writing a check. Okay, so that means we're in 96, so people are still writing checks. And two boys about the age, about the age of 10 and 14 approached the driver's window. The boys appeared normal at first and politely asked for a ride home so they could get money to buy tickets for a movie. And as Bethel spoke with them, he said he experienced an intense, irrational fear. And that's something I want to talk about. He then noticed something unusual. The boys appeared completely black with no visible whites to their eyes. And according to Bethel, the boys became increasingly insistent, let me in the car, let me in the vehicle. And one even said, we can't come unless you tell us it's okay.
Yep. Yep. That's
And
what you should know right there.
what he did was he mentioned that he kind of looked in the back seat, like get in the back. And they said, we can't come in unless you say it's okay. And so he went on to say that his fear intensified and he saw them becoming frantic and he drove off.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
that happened in the 1990s and it was at a movie theater, but, asking for permission to enter reminds me of a vampire, which is like
Exactly, it does.
folklore. But this sounds like, okay, I know you'll know what I'm talking about, Shane. Talking about familiar spirits.
Oh yeah, very.
If there's a spirit that was on the aggressor that kidnapped and raped and mutilated these children, it would be very easy for whatever spirit was on him to do these nasty things.
Yep.
Turn and see, ooh, this worked out real good. I'm going to animate these images of these children and go around and try to get them too.
Yeah.
And so it's not actually a child, but we know. There we go. It's very
Shane can't see it.
possible. Thank you,
It
Nancy.
says-
She says, go ahead, baby.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
That maybe vampires, the folklore of vampires, maybe it came from the black-eyed children requirement about the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible.
Mm.
It's possible. I don't know how occurrences have been around. Here, let me see if I can find something.
Yeah, because
this
vampires
is
do.
scary.
Vampires. She's right about that. Vampires do have those black eyes, those
Yes,
dead set eyes.
Okay, so his name was Brian Bethel, Bethel. And I told you it was in Texas, right? Abilene, Texas.
Right.
Now there's a Vermont doorstep encounter in 2000. And now I've got one in England. I'm going to have to do these. We're just going to have to do them, y'all. Okay, a married couple in rural Vermont heard a knocking at the door late at night during a thunderstorm. And when they went to answer, there were two children standing, always there. Well, it's got to have some kind of sense of urgency, right?
Yeah.
The children reported that they asked to come inside to use the phone. They were caught in the storm. And again, they had a very bad sense of urgency, of fear, overwhelming fear. Like, okay, we just got to shut this door. And then they later mentioned that the children's eyes were completely black. And the husband reportedly experienced nosebleeds shortly after the encounter, and he could not sleep. He suffered from intense night terrors.
See?
Okay, so this happened in the early 2000s. Just like you said, it's like someone that was going to open the door gets almost like a spiritual attachment, and it's trying to torture.
Yep.
Okay, in Staffordshire, England, a woman in Staffordshire, England, claimed she encountered a young girl standing alone near a shopping area outside of a shopping mall. When she approached to see if the child needed help, the girl allegedly looked up, revealing solid black eyes, no expression whatsoever, and had blood drained from her face as if she were dead.
Yeah. See,
The
yeah,
witness,
the gray.
just like
Gray.
you said.
Right. Yeah.
So this story was actually on BEC reports on the news because it happened during daylight hours rather than at night and no bad weather. So
Wait a second. Wait. It happened during the day?
it
what
happened
she
during
said.
the day in 2000. Yeah.
Wow. It's
And,
very rare for black-eyed children to come out during the day.
And why do you think we have a feeling of terror and almost like it freezes you? You're petrified. I wonder why that is. I mean,
I think it's
like
it's a
instinct.
feeling. I think it's a feeling of like uncertainty. Like you possibly you know there's one side of you that
I
wants
think
to be able to help, and there's another side of you that's like something's not right here.
Well, God help me
Yeah.
never to see this because I absolutely would
and
react
that's
before
your
I
instinct,
put my
your
brain to
fight
it.
or flight is are
Yeah.
you gonna open the door for this thing? Your instincts come in with that real hard because she's like, okay, this doesn't feel right. If it doesn't feel right, back away.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
your gut never lies.
All right. So which is more frightening to you guys? Black-eyed children, Men in Black, or the Hat Man?
Oh,
That's a big
black-eyed
big one.
children. Black-eyed
I think
children
so
would
too.
definitely have to be because you know Hat Man can come and go, and I mean
Yeah.
it wants you. The thing about Hat Man is is trying to get you out of your house.
Right.
Black-eyed children are trying to get in your house, and that's supposed to be your comfort space. And then if you let them in, then you're prone to experiencing nosebleeds like that, or where you got cuts and stuff all over you, or paralysis or whatnot. It's
That's right.
very dangerous to come encounter with some of them.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
We
I know
wave a
Shane
lot. You know we're Southern.
Yeah, we always.
Well, the
He
experience
knows how I
had-
do too.
Yeah, well, the experience I had with the black-eyed child
Yes.
was
Yes, they
in a
do.
little country house in Shelby County, Alabama, and the reports that the people when they call us, they kept saying that this little boy was always outside their house, and at first they thought it was a peeping Tom, so they called the cops on it. Cops show up, nothing there, no footprints, no nothing. We get there to do the investigation. We're in there 5 minutes, and we hear. And I'm like, you guys expecting anybody? They're like, no. I said, don't open the door because my instincts are telling me, don't open that door. There's something not right here. And then we looked out the window at the door, looked out the window, and there was this little boy, probably about 5 or 6 years old.
Oh, see, I'd be sunk.
And Shane, the way he looked, he had his head down like this.
Yep.
Then he rolled his eyes up.
That's exactly what happened with me.
Yeah. It
I'd be
rolled his
snatching
eyes
that
up
baby
and
inside.
I
I'd
was
have him up in my arms,
Yeah.
and Mommy's gonna fix it. I'm telling you, I would be sunk.
like, you'll be done.
I got it better. I have
You
got
be
to
done.
get better.
I don't open the
You
door for
know it,
nobody.
Gwen.
So.
You know me.
No,
Oh, my
I'd be
God.
standing in front of it going, "You're not opening it for the black-eyed kid."
You do
Okay.
you do realize what would happen to you if you do that.
I know.
Mm-mm.
It would
No.
be, yeah, it would hit the fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Shane, later on, when we were doing the investigation of the house, I'm doing a ghost box session, and I hear this voice going, "I will kill you all." I said, "The hell you say?" I said, "Okay,
That's
we're
just like
playing that." See, this is where I have fun because I have enough spirit guides and angels around me. Say, "Do you want to play?" I don't play fair because I play in numbers. I said, "There might be one of your little dumbasses, but I've got thousands to play with. You ready? Let's play." And then the next thing I heard was, I'm Native American, so is Lee, so is Gwen. Two of my spirit animals are a bear and a wolf. And all I said was 2 words: bear, wolf. Boom. Over the ghost box, you hear, what the hell is that? Then I hear this thing scream. Bear and wolf are just ripping and maneuvering. I mean, they're beating the living bricks off of him. And he didn't come back the rest of that night, and he didn't come back to those people's house ever again.
Aaron, you're right.
Oh,
Aaron
sorry.
said that if you make eye contact with them, they might be able to enter into your soul, and that's how they're torturing you.
They actually could, especially if your brain opens
Aaron, that's
up
so
during
smart.
that REM sleep. During that REM sleep, if you're in paralysis state during REM sleep, your brain opens up to levels that it usually doesn't. So that very well could happen. And Aaron is my my director for Outer Realms Paranormal. He's also in our order.
Right on.
Aaron, woo! I love you guys. What you do for people and the way that you help people is just so honorable. Okay, so my question was, why do you think we feel that irrational dread before we even see their eyes? I say we, I hadn't seen nothing, praise God. But why do you think we feel that? Do you feel it's just an energy pull, or you think it's our instinct?
Well, before you even see their eyes, you can look at your skin and you can say, I have got blood running through.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
alive.
that's true.
I'm alive.
Yep.
And when you're looking at this child, this child is standing there, like shaking like this, and like the skin looks gray. It looks like it came out of a grave.
Oh God.
Shane, I'm gonna throw a weird hypothesis out there. What if these black-eyed children are aliens?
That's possible now.
Now, Blaine, that's smart.
What if they're freaking grays? Because the gray aliens always have the black eyes.
Yeah, but have there been any reports of aliens being able to affect everybody with paralysis and injury and suicide and things like that?
Yeah,
Yes,
because they have the ability to, like telepathically communicate. And if
Yeah.
they have nefarious intentions, and they're definitely interdimensional.
It's just a thought.
I know that's we're thinking out of the box here.
I mean,
We know that
the way you
these
describe it,
black-eyed
no facial
children
features. You look at a
don't
gray, they have
behave
dark black eyes. They
normal
Right.
have grayish skin, and
children.
they have like hardly no nose and no mouth. So that would show as no facial features that you could
Right.
see. So it just makes me wonder, man.
Well, the black-eyed children, like the girl that I saw, like she did have facial. Like you can see your nose, you can see your mouth. You can see everything, but there was no emotion there.
Okay.
There was no emotion. So I mean, but that's a very good point because, how I mean, there's no indefinite answer into where they came from.
Yeah, that's the lovely thing about
See,
this show.
Jeff, I'm with you on that.
We're just throwing different hypotheses out there because we don't actually know what a black-eyed child is.
No,
We don't know if
I love it. And we
It
do
was-
know that there are some aliens that have been misunderstood as a demon. We
Yeah.
talked about
yeah,
that.
yeah. I get that today. I get people reaching out to me today, even in the order, and they tell me, and they're like, and honestly though, I think the book of Enoch has a lot to do with that. With aliens and demons and things like that. I think the intermixture of aliens and demons there, came about in the book of Enoch. And that's the reason why Enoch never got canonized in the regular Bible,
Right.
is because of the crazy. I mean, it just seems a little out there.
Now, you see, this is why I love Shane so much. He's not just beauty, he's smarty too. But also, he's a smarty guy.
Look at him
Not smarty
grinning.
pants, but he's smart. But also, he's very educated in this. just like what we do. Blaine coming up with that idea. Just here, I've got a picture.
Yeah, that was good,
Yeah,
Blaine. That
let me
was good. You got me thinking now.
Me
I
too.
know.
That's
I saw
what
your.
it hit me, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Here, Blaine, let me help. Hold on.
Yeah, you got me. Yeah, see,
See there?
but see, that's a thing though. Like, how would you that thing on the far left right there? That's a gray.
Oh,
Obviously,
hell, I'd let that in too. I would.
big black eyes like that. But how do you take the size of that Joker's head and make it a child's head? Come, man.
Dude,
They're
if-
interdimensional. Don't you think they
if they
can
can-
switch their shape? Yeah.
dude, if they can transfer energy, which is maybe they have the capability to do.
What do you do? What do you do? Suck the air out of your brain?
No, it could be a hologram that you're seeing. They can make themselves
They
a
can
hologram.
they can transfer thought and stuff into your head. What I'm thinking also is that the grays, let's look at it again. They're usually very small. If I pass and God tells me that all of these paranormal things, like all of them, I'll be so disappointed.
They are small. They are small. Like grays are very small.
Aliens.
You know, they're really, really, really little.
Yes.
Well, this would be something that they could be, they could look like and be able to access us. Now the Nordics are gorgeous.
Oh, the
I
Nordics.
have-
The Nordics are really gorgeous.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they really
I
are.
just did an interview with somebody on the phone that had an experience with Nordic and was absolutely this poor man. Okay, he was a producer for a TV show, and he was on this island and they were filming, and they were on a break. So he decided to go for a walk while they were filming. They were on a break, and then he was going to be somebody else was doing the filming, and he had downtime, so he went for a walk. And he's on the island and he's walking around, and all of a sudden he hears, "Well, hello, Paul." And he looks up. The man's mouth never moved. And he heard him. He didn't see him before. He said, "Turn around and go back the other way." And he said he turned his tail around, but when
I
he
said,
looked
"Ah."
back, he was gone. And he said he was beautiful. Just a beautiful being, perfect skin, kind of Scandinavian looking, blonde. I mean, just perfect.
What was it though? What was it? What was it?
It was
A Nordic.
The Nordic, yeah.
You know,
And
sort
he
of like the
brought it
Iceland
up.
people, the Viking people. They call them Nordic because they were Nordic people, so they look like Nordic people. That's why they call them the Nordic.
Very
So what?
beautiful.
Even death doesn't change them at all. Interesting.
Lee, can you find him a picture so he can kind of?
Yes, I'm working on it. You
I-
ready?
What's he saying?
Girl?
It said, I've heard
I
of skinwalkers, to which they say come after seeing UFOs in the desert. So your conversation I'm kind of interested in by Aaron Wing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch out for Aaron, man, because he is like he's a very methodical, in-depth thinker, and like he'll have you guys getting off
It's
of here
twisted up,
thinking.
huh?
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it.
Aaron's
I
an
love it.
Questions. He has great
Aaron's
questions.
an elementalist. He deals a lot with nature and things of that nature.
So we
So I mean,
dive. Aaron, send me a message. I want to talk to you.
Yes.
That's my jam.
See, most people don't understand about elementals. If they don't have a task, that's when they get ornery. You give
They
them a
get in
task,
trouble.
they're not ornery no more. They'll do the task because that's what they're made for.
Give them
to
a
do
job
that.
and they do their thing.
We've dealt a lot with elementals, so you give them a task, they're happy as all get out, dude. You won't have no trouble, and they'll protect your land. They'll protect you because now you gave them something to do. You know,
Aaron has got a picture that I still to this day, I don't know how he knew to took this picture, but he's out in the middle, like in the wooded area or whatnot. And I guess he felt something and he snapped this picture. Guys, listen, I thought it was like, I was like, there's no way it is. But in this picture, you can clearly see a fairy.
dude. Matt, her husband
Matt
Matt,
got one.
her husband Matt's got two of them in the same picture, in bed. They were doing the Buck Nasty. They were doing the grilled chicken brown cow. Oh yeah, we got.
We're not
picture of it.
kidding. It's true.
The phase were slumping and dumping.
Dude, they
Something
were
dumping,
doing
yes,
brown
sir.
chicken brown
Wow.
cow.
Wow.
That's what was wrong with that whole situation that night.
That's why all that
And y'all
happened.
blamed it
Gwen.
on me. Y'all.
I mean,
blamed it on me.
It's
what
still your
happens when
fault.
she gets pregnant? Like her belly gets the size of a gumball.
Don't know.
A gumball.
Don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like what is that?
Who
Like-
knows? Maybe she breathes like an insect and just spits out a little small egg. Like,
right out. Yeah. Yep. She goes to her husband and said, "Hey, my stomach hurts," and all of a sudden that gas comes out, and all of a sudden here comes a fade.
there it
Yep.
is.
Flying. Come out flying. Whee!
Right out that dookie chute.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, it's like when they come out, does it fly automatically?
When? How do you deal
Like
with
a
that?
baby bird?
Dookie cute. I
And
needed
see,
that. Y'all
Shane,
scared me to death
Just to
tonight.
set the story straight that day,
Uh-huh.
Matt was telling me
Nope.
it was all
Oh, wait a minute, baby. I'm bringing it
Entertain
down.
people and educated
There.
people tonight. So
Well, I took it down. Did you put it up?
Golly, there's a bunch of species of aliens.
Yes, there's the grays. The Nordics are the ones from the on the left. If you all
Aliens? Nordics are aliens?
Yes.
Mhm.
Then
That
there's the
sounds like some
reptilians.
Scandinavian stuff, like Viking
is.
stuff.
they look, that's how they got the name Nordic, because they look Scandinavian.
And the Palladians look a lot like them as
Yeah,
well.
Palladians. It's like Star Wars.
No, these are real creatures. Palladians.
really
they took the
see
name
them,
from
but-
something real.
These are the ones that I believe these are mermaids and lizard man and other.
Shane
crypt-
can't see it good. He's on his phone.
Yeah, hey,
I know.
listen. Hey, count. Go 3 over and go 4 down. That blue one right there. What is that?
Illyrian.
No clue. That's
What?
like a
Illyrian.
bird.
The one that
looking.
looks like a bird.
No,
Yeah. It's like it's almost dead center, but it's like 3 down, 3 over.
Yeah.
Blue.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
that's a bird
Let me chop
looking.
this up so we can see it better.
It was Illyrian, if that's the one he's talking about.
What is that? What exactly is that?
Other species of a humanoid.
It's a humanoid?
humanoid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Supposed to be.
Now the ones
That's
that look like
crazy.
birds and reptiles, no, those are reptilians and bird people and a lot
Yeah,
of-
that's a whole nother topic right there.
oh, it definitely is.
Mhm. If you guys haven't read
Now,
the
there
book,
is-
if you guys haven't read the book Behold a Pale White Horse, it's a naval briefing officer. He was an intelligence naval briefing officer, and he was in the Navy for the longest time, and he had secret files, and he wrote a book. He said that he wanted to protect the sanity and humanity from what's really there. And he talks about JFK, he talks about Elvis, he talks about aliens, I mean things of that nature. And he has got classified documents. 10 days after he wrote that book, they found him dead in the hotel.
Wouldn't surprise me. And now I guarantee you can go on the Department of Defense website, the CIA website, and read what he wrote now, because they'll put it out there because it's declassified now.
It's all out
Well,
there.
you can read
Here's
his
a
book
picture.
because he gave, as long as somebody there has his bloodline, he in his will that they can republish his book over and over and over again.
Good.
Hmm.
I mean, the truth needs to be told. Well,
Yeah.
I know you're a God-fearing man, but you think God only made us? He didn't have other things he made before us?
Yeah, I mean, I've questioned that too. I'm like, God created life on this earth. Why couldn't He do it? Another place, and if that's the case, do they have their own, Bible or like an instruction manual like ours is the Bible or whatever? Do they have their own? Do they have another language that they have? Because there's.
What I've always read, Sean, it says God made the heavens and earth.
Yep.
So he made the heavens. What else? I mean, we might be like 10th, 20th generation of life forms he's made, and say, all right, let me see if I can do it better this time.
Right.
Or
right.
Stuff that I've already created before.
Yeah. Yep. There's like in the book of Thessalonians and in Corinthians, Paul says, I know a disciple, whether in body or out of body, was lifted to the third heaven. So, that's where, and then if you look at the book of Job said the sons of man with the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan was with them. If he was kicked out of the throne of God, that's obviously the third heaven. But if the angels are still walking and are able to be deceived by Satan, that's where you get the thing where it says that he's going to and fro. He's going from there to earth, there to earth.
Well, one of my favorite books as a kid was written by Eric Van Daniken called The Chariot of the Gods. He actually mentioned it in there. It said, technically, God is an alien. Because he was the original OG.
Yeah, I don't think we can really explain something that wasn't created. Humans were created. Angels were they were created to worship God. They will never be human. So I just to think about the concept of God is like way beyond. That's why in the Bible it says that our deepest thoughts, the most intelligent thing we can think about is God's lowest.
True.
So, I mean, I for me to even think on that level, the closest that we can get is if you guys read the book of Isaiah 6, it says that he saw the throne of God, and he said God's robe went all the way around the room, and there were 6-winged seraphims singing, holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty. And that's all they do.
Shane, I've always wanted to ask this question. I could never get somebody from the church to answer this. Were all demons at one time angels, or can demons be made by other demons?
No, they absolutely cannot be made.
Okay,
they absolutely not. They absolutely not. During, it's like people want to know what the first sin was, and people say, the first sin was, when Adam and Eve. That was not the first sin.
No,
the first sin happened in heaven. The first sin happened in heaven when there was a rebellion against God. That was the first sin. Well, see, the rebellion that was against God, not only did Lucifer, which is a beautiful angel, and by the way, that name Lucifer got stripped from him. He is no longer allowed to have the name Lucifer. That's why the Greek has the name Satan, which is deceiver of all nations. So when he did, not only did he deceive a bunch, but a third of God's angels, the ones that worshiped God, believed that Lucifer can sit on that throne, and they were cast out of heaven. They are no longer allowed to be there, and that's where you get your demons from.
Okay, that's all I've always wondered that.
Yeah.
Now, next question: do you still believe that Eve was Adam's first wife?
It's a good question. I've always wondered, I've got questions too, Blaine. Like seriously, like I know there's a time difference there, but when Cain slew Abel, if they were the first 3 and 4 people on earth that said they went to a distant land, he found a wife. Where did she come from?
That's what I want to know. Dude, I've asked that.
That's my question.
Now, the reason I asked that, because I know that there was a lady named Lilith that was the first one.
I'd be careful. I'd be careful with that because Lilith is a misconception there. Lilith works direct side by side with Satan?
Well, because she was, well, what the story that I heard from ancient Greeks was that she was the first wife and wanted to be treated equal as Adam. And Adam didn't want, he wanted her to be subservient. That's why Eve was made. And that she was cast out, and then it was taken over by a demon. And she ruled as the mother of demons after that.
She is the mother of demons. And people have to be careful about that, you know, because like these little games that they play, like for instance, you know, like Charlie and, you know, things like that, you know, where you take the pencils and you put the pencils there. I have read 6 cases of them playing a simple childhood game to where they spin the pencil and they call on Charlie, and guess who showed up at all 6 cases? Lilith.
So I've never heard that game before, so that was a new one on me. So thank you.
Look up Charlie.
I've never heard of the game before. That's why I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. So
it's one of those things. It's like you know what we used to do as a kid, like Bloody Mary. You know things like that. But what they do is they take a pencil and they lay a pencil on the table, and then they lay a pencil on top of whatever, and they call upon something, and whatever they call upon moves. They take a piece of paper and write yes or no, and the pencil that's on top will either move to yes or no, kind of like what a Ouija board would do.
Right on. See,
it's a way to summon, but it was made as a kid's game, you know, that they could go outside and they can play Charlie, and the imaginary friend kind of thing would show up.
See, that's what back in the day we used to call truth or dare. So it's spin the pencil.
Oh gosh. Hey, when I hear truth or dare, I just think that's just the guy's way of wanting to make out with a girl.
Dude, you know, that's where you spun a pencil in. Whoever it landed on, or spun a bottle, or whatever.
Spin the bottle. Yep.
7 minutes in heaven, man. Come on.
7 minutes in heaven. Yeah, 7 minutes in heaven. Oh, I get to take that girl in the closet.
Yeah, Shane, when you were like 12 years old, that was something, you know, that was a treat. You got to just spend time with a girl for 7 minutes.
I know. And then see, then my friends would be the kind that you would go to that door after 7 minutes and the door would be locked.
Oh, dude, we put a chair behind the door.
Forget that 7 minutes thing. We're going to go all night.
Shane, you're telling on yourself.
I know. I honestly no. I can't say that. I can honestly say we've never made out in the closet, have we? No.
He had to ask. Angie, y'all.
Well, yeah, because we've been together over 17 years. I had to ask the boss.
They old school couple, man. Come on.
I had to ask the boss because he knows everything.
I've been with Matt for 28. I've been with Jenny for 25. It's like, hell, I don't remember what we did 2 days ago, much less, 25 years or 17 years ago.
Remember, I'm the single friend. I don't ask people nothing. Okay.
No, we know Gwen was in that closet. I know Gwen was.
Gwen.
What you talking about?
Gwen.
Look at Lee.
Gwen, don't tell me you were that person that got thrown around the circle.
Oh, look at her face, Shane. She is beat red.
Yeah. That means you got Wilbur over there with the stinky breath that you had to go in the closet. Oh man, Gwen. Repent.
And over there with Toe Cheese John.
Oh, no. You're getting way out the way, people.
Y'all are killing me. Y'all are killing me.
See how they give me help? I am picky, y'all.
We had to lighten it up after talking about dark-eyed children, so we had to make it a little bit funny toward the end.
Yeah, you gotta lighten it up a little bit.
Had to have a little fun.
I don't want people, going back and thinking about, okay, now every time I see somebody knock on my door, I'm thinking it's a black-eyed child or something.
That's what I'm saying. And guys, please don't, don't think that. Just always be careful of your surroundings. You know, I don't care if it's 1, 2,
your
3
instinct.
o'clock in the morning. Somebody comes and knocks at your door. Make sure that you check before you open that door. It's dangerous.
Flashlight, gun stick flashlight. Go to the
Yeah.
door. Open the door. Do not open the
All
door.
those before they knock on my door that morning, the next sound they're gonna hear is chunk chunk
Yep.
or popping back the slide, and I make sure it's loud too.
They need
So-
to
I don't know, Blaine. I don't know if you can kill a black-eyed child like that.
No, I ain't worried about that because I got other things that'll get rid of that black-eyed child. But if it's like, I want to make sure it ain't no some crackhead human trying to get in my house.
Oh, I know.
That's the good thing about cameras these days, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a doorbell camera, but I do have a camera, and I promise you, if somebody comes to my door, they're gonna be looked at, and it's gonna be a gun, flashlight, and this big stick that's bigger than me that I just bought at the powwow.
And you know what's gonna be funnier? If it is a human and I have to shoot them, Jenny's gonna gripe at them for messing up her clean floor.
I have to clean this up.
Oh gosh! Forget the dead body, man. You messed up my kitchen.
Oh, my wife is adamant about a clean house. Did you mess up her floor? She gets mad at our dogs for going outside and tracking their little mud. I'm like, God, just think some human did that.
Rez is saying that his pit bull Robbie will mess him up. True.
My idiot
That is a
dogs
big
will go
dude.
lick you. And if you throw a ball to my girl Bella, you done won her anyway.
She's like, oh,
Hey, he got a ball.
I like him. Of course, Lee. Now, Lee,
We done
let's
run-
think about it. Let's
Yo,
think
we
about it, okay?
We
At
done run
Lee's
our
house,
time out.
if he brings food, the raccoon and all the 27,000 cats outside would come and eat.
What's happening?
Luna, yeah, if somebody came to your door,
Oh,
long as they brought food, and then Luna would be
Oh,
like,
yes.
"Who's coming? Who's coming?" Ginger would be like, "Stink on them, stink on."
Hey,
until they-
Angie right
Yeah.
now is at war with a raccoon.
Oh Lord, daggum
Uh-oh.
trash pandas.
Yeah,
We
she
are
has to
too.
supervise the cats outside while they eat because the thing will come up onto the porch and eat all the cat food. And then not only eat all the cat food, but wash its daggone hands in their drinking water.
Oh, Lee's had one come up there.
That's what's
and grab
happening
a
over
handful
here.
of food and held his little paw up like victory and took off running.
He's going like this. Yeah.
Yeah, hey. Now that's one thing Angie does that it does get it to go away. She sprays it with a water hose.
Now you just
They don't
give
like
it
that. Yeah. All it does is it goes up the tree
No,
and it
don't
wait
like
for her to
that.
go back inside and he comes right back.
Yep. Y'all, we done run out of time.
We should
Yep.
be.
This was fun, y'all. This was fun. It was educational. People got to hear about Black. We made them laugh a little bit, so we lightened the load a little bit. Thank you, Shane, for that.
Absolutely.
Yes,
But,
we did.
Go ahead and show.
Yes.
Well, wait a minute. Let me do something, Lee. Hold on, don't click.
It's
yet.
always a pleasure, guys. Thank you very much.
For a minute,
Oh, yeah,
Shane.
hang on a minute. Hang on. All right, so I'm not going to do the long version tonight. Let's do. the
I'm
quick-
trying to get something too.
Okay, wait. Let's quickly do this version. We are going to some
What we doing?
Paracons. We're going to some Paracons, and I want to mention them at least with the posters.
Yes, we got a
Short version.
We have to.
Short version. Ready? We are going to New Orleans.
Mm,
ta-da! Y'all go get a ticket. We want to have fun.
that's
we are
it.
going.
Number
There you
2.
go. There's a different one. If that helps, we're going to Gettysburg also.
Yes, right before New Orleans.
Right, and we are going to Deep South, and I really thought that we had a poster put back up. I will fix that myself because I thought I had one.
Why aren't those in the intro, Gwen?
Because it makes them too long,
Yeah.
and it's already too long, and I've got to fix it. So yeah,
Even the one, if you just put one that's closest to the Paracon.
well, I'll be real with you. I think we're going to all of them. We need to at least mention all of them.
Yeah.
That's my
Lee?
Yeah,
opinion.
'cause that's what they want.
Yeah.
What is
Lee,
it,
Well,
Blaine?
Not
Lee,
just
should
what they
we,
want. I think if
should
we're
we
going, we
mention
should.
our new sponsor?
Yes, please. I don't know the name of his business.
Okay, my good friend
Matt Cooper?
Matt Cooper is a website builder, and he's going to do our website for us. And he's also our first sponsor for All Access Network. So
Thank you, Matt Cooper.
Matt is wonderful. I've served with Matt, and we get along well. Me and Lee had a good conversation with him today. So we're excited about that. And Lee, bring our other two things up and we can get us out of here.
No, I got something to say. We got to finish what we started.
Oh, go
Did
ahead,
you
Lee.
do all of them, Gwen?
Mhm.
I pulled up the one I don't like of Deep South, but that's the one in Alabama, y'all. This is the only poster I have, and
Okay.
I'm gonna fix that tonight. So I think
All right.
Yeah, I don't have a good one. I apologize, but I will make sure at the next show I will show it before the show. I will show the whole commercial before that show because it's only
That
fair.
sounds good. So tomorrow is Wicked Wednesday. Wicked Wednesday on the network. So be sure to watch All Access Network again because we've got a great lineup. It's going to be
Hey,
fantastic.
I made that banner.
Right
You
on,
did.
man.
It's the bomb. It's the
And see,
bomb.
now, since you have Wicked Wednesday, we have Mystical Monday, and we haven't come up with a name for Tuesday yet. I
It's
think
coming.
gonna be Terrific Tuesday or Terrifying Tuesday or whatever. We haven't decided yet, but it's going to be something cool.
So Blaine has a new book that just came out. It's on Amazon, Our Supernatural Journey, True Encounters, Real Spirits, and Eternal Lessons.
Wow.
It is on Amazon. It's fantastic. It's a great told story, a group of told short stories. Very cool, very funny. You'll love the one with Gwen and me in it. It's great. Also, our dear friend Laura Marini, check out her Eventbrite Talk. And she says now that you've greenlit yourself, a paranormal content creators tool is what she's offering. It's a class, and you can register on Eventbrite. Or actually, if you can't get in there and the spaces are taken, you're welcome to contact one of us and we'll get the information to her. Yes, we will. And this is my new book that's coming out, Crypts and Cryptids.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Thank you. It's going to be a
Good
lot
book.
of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then this one.
You could put, hey, if you're coming out with that, you could put the stories that I told you about my experience with black-eyed children in there.
I would love that. Thank you. I will
That
put
might be
it
a
in
book
there.
too, because that's.
Yeah, you guys feel free to use it. Feel free. Please use it.
So this is Bewitched Book of Boo Bites. It's a little cookbook about spooky stories and fun Halloween appetizers and desserts and getting all of that taken care of. It'll be in Amazon soon. Also, let's see. We did Laura. Okay. There's one other thing we need to do. Where did it go? Here we go. So that's that one. And here's Deep Set. right. And now, Mr. Blaine, here we are. Back to our regular schedule. Goodbye.
Yep. Guys, you had a million choices of what your entertainment was tonight. You chose us. Thank you for being with us. You guys mean the world to us. Thank you, Shane, for being on with us, man. You guys rock.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you.
Okay. And I got one little thing.
Go ahead,
one
Lee.
little thing. This is straight from the declassified CIA documents that were recently released. This is a document that shows that during Osama bin Laden's influence, the CIA was hatching a plan to make a demon toy to counter bin Laden's influence. It's right there at the top. You can see the approved release date at the top. So, for those of you that think that haunted objects don't exist, the CIA does.
Uh-huh. Well, I got one more before we go off, and I hate to
Yes,
do this,
you-
but I have to do this every week.
I
If
know.
you're a
Wait a minute, I'm
soldier,
looking for it.
I don't even need it. I know it by heart.
Yeah, but they can see it.
Okay. If you're a soldier, sailor, airman, whatever service you or a veteran, and you have suicidal thoughts, please call 988. It is a confidential line. It's open 24/7. And this does not just refer to veterans or soldiers. It refers to anyone that's thinking about committing suicide. There is help out there for you. People want to help. I've helped 5 veterans so far talk them down. And you can't, if you don't want to talk to them, send me a message, send Gwen a message, send Lee a message. Hell, Shane would probably help you out too. He's trained in that.
He actually helped me. Thank you.
Yeah,
Shane.
and we want you to live. There's reasons that you're supposed to live. And we will help you any way we can. And we'll not judge you. Believe me, I'm not going to judge anybody. I'm going to try to talk to you like a human being and give you something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Okay. So, guys, let's get us out of here. Shane, thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys. It's been a
Thank
pleasure. Thank you guys very much.
Stay on for a second where we can thank you properly after the show, okay?
Okay.
Thank you for watching.
Bye, everybody.
See